All right. Hello. Wow, what a nice morning. I thought this would be a great place to film with the bald eagle sitting in the tree behind me. Oh goodness. So Steve is having a fun time photographing the eagle and the heron rookery and just ospreys, everything that comes along. It's been a beautiful spring morning here in Colorado. And I decided, hey, I have promised you the video about the A9ii versus the A1 Sony cameras. I've had the A1 about 5 or 6 months now, I guess 6 months now, taken over 10,000 photos with it between this type of photography and my studio. And it's time to do a comparison and give you my personal input. So what I've got set up right now is I've got the Sony A1 with our beloved 200 to 600 millimeter lens. We have a lot of videos about this lens and actually a few more in the works. And then right now I've got the A9ii with a 70 to 200 original 2.8 lens, Sony. Really great lens, by the way. And I have to preface this with, these are both absolutely super excellent cameras. Love both of these. And the A9ii was the video camera, the camera that I used all the time. Now in my studio, I was using the A7R III, but I've since sold that. A9ii used for a super long time for these wildlife photos. Just excellent camera. But then I got the A1. So what do I think? Well, let's give you a little bit of comparison, okay? Let's let it sit up here nicely. We've got the A9ii, right? Ooh. And we got, I can hear the herons fighting over there. A9ii versus Sony A1. All right, here's the one that everyone talks about right off the bat, and I'm going to talk about it too. 24.2 megapixels on the A9ii and 50.1. So we're going to call it 24 and 50. So twice the pickles. All right. So that's kind of a big deal when you're talking about getting a bald eagle way over there and you have to crop it in. But so that's the con of the A9ii, but it's so much faster, like brrr. Although I have to say the A1's super fast. I've not done a fast comparison, like how fast they both shoot, but they both are really good. Up until the A1, the A9ii was like the fastest, really good. Let's see, what else do I have here? Now the A9ii, it can shoot in lower light. So this goes, ooh, that's a brighter light. This goes up to 204,800 ISO, and the A1 is half that. So if you're trying to do anything in lower light, the A9ii might be something you need. Maybe owls, dusk, just before dawn. This camera is going to outperform in low light this one according to the specs. Hold on. We have Osprey bugging a bald eagle. Hold on. Wow. Did you see that? Oh. Okay, is it coming in? It's coming in. Oh. Wow. That Osprey wants the fish the eagle caught. Okay, he's out. Okay. Woo. Ooh, that was awesome action. Okay, what was I even talking about? So the A9ii has a much higher ISO if you're trying to get low light, although I don't know how usable that image is at 204,000 ISO. I don't know, you let me know. One of the things that's a big upgrade on the A1 is that the curtain closes on the camera when you're changing lenses. With the A9ii and a bunch of the others, your sensor is just exposed when you change lenses. And that, oh, it's so scary. You know, I don't want anything to mess up my sensor. And so when I'm out changing lenses, you have to be extra careful with some of these Sonys that don't have that barrier there. I wrote down that this has a 3.9 million dot EVF, so that's really nice. I don't know that it's different than this one. I think so. I took these notes kind of a long time ago. 9.4 million dot EVF versus 3.9 million dot EVF. So the EVF is a lot nicer in the A1. Found my note. Real-time autofocus is supposed to be 30% faster in the A1. They're both smoking fast though. I can't tell you that I've really noticed that much of a difference. Smoking fast autofocus. They both have dual card slots. So that's awesome. I've just done the SD cards. I haven't, this one can take those faster SD cards that are like $500 each or something ridiculous, and I haven't invested in that. But they do have both dual card slots. The A9ii, of course, has the old Sony menu. You get used to it, you do, I get it. But the A1 started out with a new menu. It's color coded, it's more of a, it just makes a little bit more sense. It's not as pretty as some, but you know, there you go. It has a newer menu, and I believe I can touch screen it, but I always turn the touch screen off because I'm afraid my nose is gonna change settings. Heard something over here. I should watch for snakes. This one, the A9ii does do 20 frames a second, which is awesome for still images. This one can do up to 30 if you have everything set right, which is a lot, but you're also gonna fill your hard drive a lot faster. So I don't think I was missing any shots, honestly, with the A9ii at the 20 frames versus 30. I don't think so. Maybe if you're photographing super high speed, you'd notice a difference, you know, subjects. But I think it's fine. I think that's fine on both of these. Let's see, they both take the same battery, which is great, because at this point we have 3 Sony cameras that all take the same battery. Oh, that's so nice, especially when you travel and you have to take the chargers with you. Wow, love it. I might get the battery grip for the A1 because in my usage, I feel like it's sucking up the battery faster. So I do feel, just on my personal usage, that the battery depletes a lot faster on the A1. You decide. So there's that. And yeah, so I think that the A9ii, the battery lasts just a lot longer. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, I know you may not be shooting video, but you can with the A1, really good video. I never shot any video with the A9ii, honestly, didn't even try. It's not known for video capabilities. The A1, it can do 8K. I've not done 8K. It seems a little overkill for YouTube. I'll probably use that for some client videos, but at 8K, 4K, just even not even setting it on video mode, just hitting record has great footage. It's really good video. So that's a huge difference between these two. If you think you're going to do video at all, A1 is the winner. Let's see. Oh, and of course the bird eye auto focus. Now it's got bird, animal, human, and I do switch between those a lot. When I got this camera, I went straight to Mark Smith's photography YouTube channel and set up the camera with his settings. And one of them is the back dial. You push it down and you can quickly cycle between animal, bird, and human, which is really awesome for my portrait photography as well. So I can switch quickly. I haven't checked the firmware on the A9ii to see if they've added bird in there, but I don't think so. There's a big plane coming in. So the pros on that helicopter is getting so loud. I think I'll pause for the helicopter. So my overall takeaways with the A9ii versus the A1. Here's the strengths of the A9ii. It's better in low light, and I think the battery lasts longer. And on the A1, my notes are, it has the higher megapixels. It's not so high like Steve's A7R IV, which is 61 megapixels. I think 50 megapixels is perfect. 24 was really tough for me a lot of times because cropping in on things like bald eagles way over in the tree was hard to do. So that's the strength of the A1, being able to do the 30 frames per second stills, if that's important, although again, I don't think I've noticed that big a difference. And the video capability, ooh, and the bird eye AF. Now, the question you're probably all wondering right now is the price. Now, when I wrote these notes, they may have changed a little bit. The A9ii US dollars was $4,500. And the A1 was $6,500, a $2,000 difference. Ouch. You know what I mean? Like, you could buy just the A1 with no lenses, or you could buy the A9 with the 200 to 600 lens for $6,500. You could have this set up with that lens and walk out the door and be ready to shoot for the price difference. There's a huge price difference. So what would I suggest? If a budget is concerned and you maybe don't have to crop as much, or you'd like to shoot in lower light, I'd go with the A9 II. You're not gonna regret it. It's a beautiful, wonderful camera. It's so fast. It's really a great camera, and you're not doing video. But I gotta say, this is just been in my bag as a backup. I have not taken it out one time since I got the A1. For me, the deal breaker is the megapixels. Okay, and the video and the IAF. Like, there's a few things that I'm leaning towards the A1 as my go-to. I'm keeping the A9 II as that backup. When we sent Steve's camera in for cleaning and servicing, he used the A9 II, loved it. But the A1 is kind of where it's at. If you have that a couple extra $1,000, maybe you already have some awesome lenses and you want to stretch it, this is a camera I will have for years. Now, I did shoot with this camera, the A9 II, for a couple of years. Love it. I just can't let go of it yet. But my money's on the A1. It is. It's hard to say that when I'm trying to recommend something to you because it's so expensive. It really is a little more expensive than it needs to be, honestly. I know I make fun of camera gear for that, like with this lens and stuff, but it really could come down, I think, in price. It's a kind of a bummer. But even that said, Steve loves his A7R IV, and he got a chance to use the A1, and who knows, we might switch to be both A1. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And that's the thing with all the different lenses. There's different budgets, there's different features, different usage. You might use these way different than me. So experiment. I always say, if you're not sure, rent it. Rent it to be sure. Go to your camera club and see if someone has the model that you're looking for, and you can go on a shoot together and you can use theirs side by side. There's ways to know which camera is good for you. Look at how you're going to use it, what your budget is, if you could get your hands on one to test it, and then watch videos like ours. So we're here for you. We talk a lot about these Sony cameras and all the things that we're learning still about them. So there you go. There is my comparison of the A9 II versus the Sony A1. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you liked looking at our bald eagle friend that's hanging out with us for this whole video, and the pesky Osprey that keeps trying to grab his fish. Yeah, it's been a beautiful morning out here, and thanks for joining me. All right, bye.